It's the truth. Finish that out.
And much study is weariness of the flesh.
And a much study is a weariness to the flesh. All right? Let's get me Ezra. Ezra chapter 2 and verse 1.
The book of Ezra, chapter 2 and verse 1. Now these are the children of Israel. Now these are the children of the province that went up out of the captivity of those which had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away unto Babylon.
So right here, this is the genealogy. This is the children of Israel coming out of captivity from Babylon under Nebuchadnezzar. Jump down to verse 61. So it's giving you a whole line of genealogy.
Verse 61. And the children of the priests, the children of Habiah, the children of Kos, the children of Barzillai, which took a wife of the daughters of Barzillai, the Gileadite, and was called after their name. These sought their register among those that were reckoned by genealogy.
They sought what?
Their register.
They sought their register. So this is a thing. This is a register. This is compiled of all the names. If you are a priest, or if you come from the tribe of Levi, read.
These sought their register among those that were reckoned by genealogy.
By what?
By genealogy.
By genealogy, read.
But they were not found.
But they were what?
But they were not found.
But they were not found, read.
Therefore were they as polluted, put from the priesthood.
So these people, they couldn't find that they were the priest's children, so they had to get put out of the priesthood. Now this is after 70 years of being in captivity. And these people couldn't prove that they was from the tribe of Levi. Therefore, they were put out of the priesthood. Now, how in the world can we be removed from our land for over 2,000 years, come along now and point out and say, you Levi, when they couldn't do it after 70 years? Does that make any sense?
No.
So where's our register at that we can come along and say, yep, I knew it, I'm right there. I told you I was Judah. We can't do it because we don't have this stuff. We don't have no record. The curses show you who you are, but it don't pinpoint and say that you from this tribe or you from this tribe. And that's the lie right there. The chart focuses completely on the Western Hemisphere. It says that everybody is on this side of the world. When again, right here is showing you after 70 years of captivity, they couldn't find out who they were right then. So again, after 2,000 years, we can come along and say, yep, you from Levi. I can tell. But this stuff came from a dream. This would make this stuff hypocrisy. Just make people hypocrites. Because every year when Martin Luther King's birthday come up and Black History Month come up, they get on Martin Luther King. Oh, you're a false prophet. Y'all following a dream. Let's go there. Y'all following a dream doctrine. Jeremiah 23 and 25. Jeremiah chapter 23, pick it up at 25.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 25. I have heard what the prophet said.
I did what?
I have heard what the prophet said.
I heard what the prophet said. Go ahead.
That prophesy lies in my name.
That prophesy lies in my name. So they say, this talking about Martin Luther King. Y'all following the dream doctrine.
Saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed.
See? Martin Luther King. I have dreamed. I have dreamed. Read.
How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart.
So these are prophets of the deceit of their own heart. Notice it's plural right here. But this doctrine, along with the Esau the white man, along with America, Babylon, all these doctrines really came from one person, and he had a dream of this stuff. So if you're going to get on Martin Luther King, then you should get on this person as well. Let's get Ecclesiastes in the APOC, chapter 34. Because this is where it originally came from. Ecclesiastes 34, pick it up at verse 1.
The book of Sirach, chapter 34 and verse 1. The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools.
Do what?
Dreams lift up fools.
Dreams lift up fools. Read.
Whoso regards dreams is like him that catches at a shadow.
So you trying to catch a shadow. Impossible. But it said dreams lift up fools. Now, I didn't write this, so they can't say I'm calling nobody no fool. Read it again.
Whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catches at a shadow.
So if you regard these dreams just like him that's trying to catch a shadow, it's impossible. So again, if you're going to get on Martin Luther King about his dream, then you should be getting at this person. So all the time when we was getting at the pastors, the Sunday pastors, nobody had no problem with it. As soon as it started saying, wait a minute, these Israelite dudes just teaching lies as well. Now everybody got a problem with it. Because you hypocrites. You hypocrites. But you want to rock with a lie. And that's exactly what it is, a lie. So the chart focuses on what side of the world again?
Western Hemisphere.
The Western Hemisphere. All right? Get me James 1 and 1. Get me James 1 and 1.
The book of James, chapter 1 and verse 1. James, a servant of Yahuwah and of the Master, Yahushua HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
Which are scattered where?
Which are scattered abroad.
Wait a minute, to the Western Hemisphere.
Which are scattered abroad.
This right here, say the chart is a lie right here, right? Lesson over with. Let's go home. Because this right here say scattered abroad. It don't say to know America and just over here in Brazil and all of that. Read it again.
James, a servant of Yahuwah and of the Master, Yahushua HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. This means it's not no one place. It's all over. Abroad means all over. Let's get Deuteronomy 27. Deuteronomy 27 and 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27 and verse 1.
Because these are continuous chapters. Go ahead.
And Moses, with the elders of Israel, commanded the people.
Commanded who?
Commanded the people.
Commanded the people. This meaning all of them. Not just the tribe of Judah or the southern kingdom. He talking to everybody. Read.
Saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Keep all the commandments which I command you this day. Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Let's go into some of the curses.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Your sons and your daughters shall be given unto another people, and your eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in your hands.
We know that this happened to the quote-unquote black man. Read.
The fruit of your land and your labor shall a nation which you know not eat up.
We've known Esau all our lives. This can't be him. Read.
And you shall be only oppressed and crushed always.
Go ahead, jump down to verse 37.
Verse 37. And you shall become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
It said become what?
A proverb. And you shall become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where Yahuwah shall drive you.
So he said you're going to be a proverb, byword, everywhere that the Most High leave you. What's the byword for the quote-unquote black man that we call all over the world?
Negro.
What is it?
Negro.
Now, let me ask you something. What's the byword for quote-unquote Native Americans? Is there something else? So, yeah. Well, we know on the other side of the world, what they call them that?
Nope.
Well, we know that thing with us is worldwide. Anywhere we go, this label is put on us.
Absolutely.
Jump down to verse 64.
Verse 64. And Yahuwah shall scatter you among all people.
Where at?
Among all people.
On the Western Hemisphere.
Among all people.
He said he gonna scatter you among all people. Not just one side of the world. Go ahead.
From the one end of the earth, even until the other.
So he made it clear where I'm talking about. From one side of the earth to the other. Go ahead.
And there shall you serve other gods, which neither you nor your fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shall you find no ease, neither shall the sole of your foot have rest.
So he letting you know, wherever you go, you ain't gonna have no rest. You're gonna be hated and you're gonna be crushed always. So, have y'all ever seen any Native Americans talking about free, when are they? Free Geronimo or something.
Free my man Geronimo. Free Bobo.
Right. Have y'all seen that? So, but we know that this stuff has definitely happened to a specific people. It's definitely happened. So this whole chart came about from using Genesis chapter 49 and 2nd Esdras. So the whole thing came about using these two chapters of the book. So let's go there. Genesis chapter 49. Matter of fact, let's pick it up to Genesis 35 first. Pull that chart up. Genesis 35 and verse 23.
Book of Genesis chapter 35 and verse 23. And the sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun.
And Zebulun. Hold right there. Read that. So, according to that chart, it says the sons of Leah were Reuben. Who did the chart say Reuben is?
Reuben is the Seminole Indians.
So, Reuben is the Seminole Indians. And it says Simeon is who?
The Dominicans.
Simeon is the Dominicans. And it says Levi. Who is Levi?
Haitians.
Haitians. And it says Judah.
The so-called American Negro.
So the so-called American Negro. And Issachar.
Mexicans.
Issachar is quote-unquote Mexicans. And Zebulun.
Zebulun. Guatemala to Panama.
Guatemala to Panama. Now, you will note that all of these have the same mother and father. The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, Simeon and Levi, Judah and Issachar and Zebulun. So according to this chart, out of all these, they have the same mother and father. Only 2 of these tribes are quote unquote black people or Negroes. So right here, just off common sense, does this make any sense?
Absolutely not.
Just off common sense, this makes absolutely no sense. Pick it up at verse 24.
Verse 24. And the sons of Rachel, Joseph and Benjamin.
Joseph and Benjamin. We know Benjamin is quote unquote a part of the southern kingdom. Read.
Verse 25. And the sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan and Naphtali. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, which were born to him in Padan Aram.
So all black women with the black man, but according to the chart, only 2 of these tribes are black. Again, does that make any sense to you? Don't make none to me either. Let's get Genesis 49. Let's go there. Genesis 49 and 1.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
What days?
In the last days.
In the last days. He said, what shall befall you in the last days? Does he say that this where you're going to be at in the last days?
Not at all.
Now we need scripture to interpret scripture with everything. So he says, what shall befall you in the last days? Oh, what you got right here, give me Hebrews chapter 1. So when you see the term last days, it automatically registers in our mind that you're talking about the end times, or like what we believe we're in right now, last days. But let's see what this really means according to script, the book. Hebrews 1 and 1.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 1 and verse 1. The Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets.
Go ahead.
Have in these last days.
In what?
In these last days.
In these last days. Read.
Spoken unto us by his Son.
So right here, he's talking about some last days, and this is when Hamashiach just left. And he calling that the last days. But we know that that was what? Like 2,000 years ago, right? So when he's saying last days, he's talking about a specific time period of something. So when Jacob is saying the last days over here, he don't mean where we at right now. He's talking about a time frame. Let's go back. Genesis 49. And let's pick it up at verse 2.
Genesis 49 and 2. Gather yourselves together and hear, you sons of Jacob, and listen unto Israel, your father. Reuben, you are my firstborn.
So Reuben is the firstborn. Read.
My might and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity and excellency of power. Unstable as water.
He what?
Unstable as water.
So right here he tells us in the beginning that Reuben, you the firstborn, my might, the beginning of my strength. He talking good about him. Excellency of dignity and the excellency of power. Now it's about to switch. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. Unstable as water.
He says he's unstable as water. Read.
You shall not excel, because you went up to your father's bed and defiled you it. He went up to my couch.
So he went up to his father's couch. So it says that he's unstable as water. Let's see what makes Reuben unstable. All what we got right here, we coming right back. Let's get Genesis 35 and 22.
Give us a place.
Yes, according to what you just read, where is Reuben located?
Hey, don't speak. You can't find that out.
Exactly.
On the water.
You see it? So, according to what we just read, can we find Reuben right here? No, right? Genesis 35 and 22. Let's see what makes Reuben unstable as water.
Genesis chapter 35 and verse 22. And it came to pass, when Israel dwelt in that land, that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine.
He did what?
He went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine.
So Reuben then went and slept with one of his brother's mother, his father's wife or concubine. That's a despicable act, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's awful. So Reuben then went and done this. Now let's get Genesis 37 and 22. It says that he's unstable as water.
Genesis chapter 37 and verse 22. And Reuben,
Matter of fact, pick it up at verse 19.
verse 19. And they said one to another, behold, this dreamer comes.
This who?
This dreamer comes.
So this is talking about Joseph right here. They say, behold, here come this dude with all this dreaming. Go ahead.
Come now, therefore, and let us slay him.
Do what?
Let us slay him,
Now this is them plotting to kill Joseph. Read.
and cast him into some pit, and we will say some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams.
Let's see what's going to become of his dreams. Think he better than somebody because he having these little dreams. Go ahead.
And Reuben heard it.
And who heard it?
And Reuben heard it.
And Reuben heard it. Now remember what Reuben already did, right? He went and slept with his father's concubine. Awful thing, right? Read.
And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands.
So Reuben trying to stop this. Don't do this. This is despicable. Do not do this, bro. Go ahead.
And said, let us not kill him.
Let us what?
Let us not kill him.
So Reuben is trying to save Joseph. Read.
And Reuben said unto them, shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again.
So Reuben again right here is trying to actually save him. Jump over to verse 29.
Verse 29. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes.
So when he go back to get Reuben out, get Joseph out the pit, he's sick because he not there. He actually just tried to do a good thing to reverse the wickedness that he already done. Read.
Verse 30. And he returned unto his brethren, and said, the child is not, and I, whither shall I go? And they came to Joseph's coat, and killed a kid of the goats.
And good right there. So right here, he trying to reverse this wickedness. So this is showing his unstableness. Let's get Numbers 16 and verse 1. Numbers 16 and verse 1.
The book of Numbers, chapter 16 and verse 1. Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the son of Pelet, sons of Reuben.
Sons of who?
Sons of Reuben.
So now we got the sons of Reuben. Read.
Took men, and they rose up before Moses, and with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown.
So right here, Reuben is behind the plot to get rid of Moses. Now we know that just because Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses, what the Most High was doing to them, they right here conspiring to get rid of Moses altogether. So you see the up and down with Reuben, right? Sleep with his father's wife, then come around to try to save Joseph. Then they turn around and they trying to get rid of Moses. This is what makes him unstable as water. This is why Moses said this. Even though they was plotting to get rid of him, let's see what Moses do. Let's get Deuteronomy 33 and verse 6.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33 and verse 6. Let Reuben live and not die, and let not his men be few.
So it says, let Reuben live and not die. Same way when they were speaking against him all them different times, Moses still turned around and prayed for him. Don't kill him. I know they despise me and hate me, but don't do it. Block me out of your book. Same thing, even though they were still trying to get at him. Let's go back to Genesis 49. So that's why Reuben is called unstable as water. Pick it up at verse 5. Let's get Simeon and Levi.
Verse 5, Genesis 49 and 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are their habitations.
So it says Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation. According to them with this chart, they say that this is voodoo, right? So I put up a post the other day and asked everybody to show me Simeon and Levi engaging in voodoo. It's about 300 to 400 comments. Nobody can show it to me because it doesn't exist. Read that next verse.
O my soul, come not you into their secret, unto their assembly. Mine honor, be not you united. For in their anger,
what?
They slew a man.
So this is a past tense. This ain't something, this is not futuristic or prophetic right here. It says, in their anger, they slew a man. This is something that they've already done. Read.
And in their self-will, they dig down a wall.
So in their self-will, they dig down a wall. But it says that instruments of cruelty. All right, let's see, according to the book, was it voodoo or what was the instrument of cruelty? Let's get Genesis, hold this, Genesis 34 and verse 24.
The book of Genesis, chapter 34 and verse 24. And unto Hamor, and unto Shechem, his son, listened all that went out of the gate of his city. And every male was circumcised, and all that went out of the gate of his city.
So keep that in mind. All the men were circumcised. This means these men are sore. Read.
And it came to pass on the third day.
What day?
On the third day.
Go ahead.
When they were sore and had two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi.
Who was it?
Simeon and Levi.
Simeon and Levi are brethren. Read.
Dinah's brethren took each man his sword.
Took each man his what?
Took each man his sword.
His voodoo.
His sword.
His what?
His sword.
His sword. Read.
And came upon the city boldly and slew all the males.
So the instruments of cruelty, according to the scripture, is what? A sword. This don't say nothing about no voodoo. It's telling you what it is. And it just let you know they had a secret plot We're going to circumcise these guys, and when they saw, they ain't going to be able to fight back. Came on the city and slew all of them. That was the secret right there, the plot. This has nothing to do with no voodoo. That's why you can't find nowhere in this book that you see them doing quote-unquote voodoo, like we've been taught. Read, finish that out. 27.
And verse 27. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city because they had defiled their sister.
So they had this prince had to went into their sister and defiled her. This is why they were so angry. All right. So we see that this was spoken in the past tense because it already had took place. Let's go back to Genesis 49 and pick it up at verse 7.
Verse 7. Cursed be their anger.
What be their anger?
Cursed be their anger.
Cursed be their anger. Read.
For it was fierce, and their wrath.
So this ain't a prophetic thing. It says, cursed be their anger, for it was, not it will be, but it was fierce, because they already did what it's talking about. Read.
And their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel.
Now this is the futuristic part of it right here. It says, I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. So he let you know, I'm going to divide these two right here. So wherever the tribes are at, Simeon and Levi should be there, right?
Sorry.
So how can you pick it out and say Simeon and Levi is on this island when it told us right here that I'm going to spread them out throughout both of them? Let's get Deuteronomy 18 and 1. Deuteronomy 18 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse 1. And the priests, the Levites, and all the tribe of Levi shall have no part.
So what?
Shall have no part.
Go ahead.
Nor inheritance with Israel.
So the priests, they didn't have no inheritance. So the priests were scattered throughout all the tribes. Right? The priests was scattered throughout all the tribes. But it told us he's going to scatter both of them. All right? Let's get Joshua 21 and 41.
The book of Joshua, chapter 21 and verse 41. All the cities of the Levites within the possession of the children of Israel were 48 cities, and with their suburbs.
So right here, all the cities of the Levites was in the possession of the children of Israel because they are scattered throughout it. They didn't have no one particular place where they was at. Everywhere the children of Israel was at, it was some Levites there because they had to do the minister office. Let's get Joshua chapter 19 and verse 1.
Joshua 19 and 1. And the second lot came forth to Simeon, even the tribe of the children of Simeon, according to their families, and their inheritance was within the inheritance of the children of Judah.
See that? So the Simeon, his inheritance was right with the children of Judah, within the borders wherever Judah was at. Simeon was right there with them. All right, let's drop down to verse 9.
Verse 9. Out of the portion of the children of Judah was the inheritance of the children of Simeon. For the part of the children of Judah was too much for them.
So Judah had too much land. Read.
Therefore, the children of Simeon had their inheritance within the inheritance of them.
So it's showing you right here, along with some of the Levites that was there with them, Simeon was also right with them as well. So now we connected to the southern kingdom with Judah. Let's get 2 Chronicles 34 and verse 6.
they can live total. We've been living together all this time.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Second Chronicles 34 and verse 6. So we got to tie him in to the northern kingdom. Second Chronicles 34 and verse 6.
The book of Second Chronicles, chapter 34 and verse 6. And so did he in the cities of Manasseh and Ephraim.
So these are quote-unquote northern kingdoms right here. Read that from the top again.
And so did he in the cities of Manasseh and Ephraim.
Pick it up at verse 5.
Verse 5. And he burned the bones of the priests upon their altars and cleansed Judah and Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
And so did he in the cities of Manasseh and Ephraim and Simeon, and even unto Naphtali, with their mattocks round about.
Round about. So now we got him connected to the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. Right here. So it's just like he said, I'm going to spread them throughout Israel and Jacob. We see that this has already taken place. This ain't some future thing. It already has happened. All right. Let's go back. Genesis 49 and verse 8. Notice we're only in the Bible.
Well, you ain't got that book you paid $1,000 for, right?
Right. We're only in the Bible. Because it says through the precepts we get understanding. Not through Ronald Sanders' book that cost $1,500 that they made it so expensive because they don't want you to get this truth. If that's the case, then why ain't this one
Exactly.
$2,000 that I can't get it? The logic don't make no sense.
Checkmate.
Back to Genesis 49, and let's pick it up at verse 8.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 8. Judah, you are he whom your brethren shall praise.
So it says Judah is the one his brethren shall praise. Now we know that this has got like a twofold thing that's going on right here. It's talking about Hamashiach, of course, but it's talking about somebody else at the same time. Read.
Your hand shall be in the neck of your enemies.
So it says the hand shall be in the neck of the enemies. But let's pick up Judah's line. The one that his brethren shall praise. Hold that. Let's get 1 Samuel 18. 1 Samuel chapter 18